I honestly can't help just belting that out and just singing, like letting the divine come through me when I listen to that, which is lately constantly. Um, okay. Satnam, I just want to let's just like get to it because it's such a different energy to have like a weekly class on a Sunday versus our Thursdays. But it is a weekend and it is the day of the sun. So hmm, we'll just get right to it. Okay. So today we're talking a bit about Auramaxxing, our electromagnetic field, and broadcasting victory. And we've been talking about the aura and the electromagnetic field, and that's considered, Yogi Bhajan consider that the eighth chakra. And we've been talking about chakras, and we've been talking about how our body is this biophysical superconductor of electromagnetic energy frequency, and a little bit of the science behind that, and also the metaphysics and some esoterics behind that. But it, ultimately this is the way that we as God, um, split up little gods. This is how we get to experience this kind of human reality experience through this through this body, through this temple. And then what surrounds this temple is another very divine temple, and that's our electromagnetic field. So we know, any of us that anybody that has looked into any of these topics, definitely practiced and studied Kundalini Yoga, we understand that a lower vibration of thought and emotion power outside of you, that's going to reduce the expanded span of your electromagnetic field, your magnetic field, to be steady, to not be, flipped around by anything going on externally, not giving power or authority to anything externally, to being, to have self-trust, a deep-rooted self-respect, dignity, self-love, to view life, yourself, the world around you from a positive light, multiple perspectives, to see things in your favor, no matter what they look like. That's going to obviously provide for you a very expanded and bright and healthy electromagnetic field. We discussed briefly that, real deep, consistent negative talk about yourself, speaking and thinking against yourself, complaining, speaking and thinking against everything else outside of you and around you, consistent talking shit about situations, and also mistreatment of yourself and mistreatment of those around you. That's going to really put holes in the aura, leaks in the aura, and diminish that protective shield around you. And what happens when the electromagnetic field is diminished, is low, is weak? You are very prone and susceptible to physical illness. Okay. And you're going to most likely experience a lot of low vibrational physical circumstances and experiences, continued loops that are loops of experience you don't want to continue. And it feels like you can't, you can't get out of it. People that are really suffering, people that that are suffering, they're proclaimed to be suffering, are going to create more suffering. Okay, that's all going to diminish. And then, of course, excess in anything that could be considered harmful, drugs, alcohol, food abuse, those sort of poisons, toxicities, whether that's from an emotional thing, relational thing. That's all going to put holes in the aura. Okay. And so to have a healthy, vibrant, bright aura means that you have this beautiful, and everybody has an aura. So everybody has an aura, but some people have a diminished, weak aura, holes in the aura. Some people have a very wide span. We talk about the 9 feet as kind of the healthy number we've been given as like the healthy, strong aura, but the aura can expand beyond the 9 feet. Okay. And you can just expand your aura simply by shutting your eyes and imagining that your aura is very bright, strong, and boundlessly into every direction. So why is the, aura so important, this electromagnetic field? Well, your entire physical reality experience is contingent on your frequency, your electromagnetic field, your broadcast. So everything that we could ever prefer, desire, okay, the kind of experience that we want to be having in our lives, that all exists as soon as anything that you can conceive of in your mind, anything that you could picture or imagine in your mind is possible, and you can have it, and you can be it, and you can experience it. And there is to even think it, to even conceive of it, means that it already exists in the field of limitless possibility. Now you can, we have thoughts, we have ideas, we see things, we think of things all the time. So, and a lot of those things are unfavorable and things that we have no interest in. So, and something like fear and doubt, anger, those are also things that are going to put holes in the aura, weaken the aura as well. But if we can, the thing is we can think of it, we perceive it, we can, we see it, it pops up, it pops into the mind. In any of those moments, we can decide this is definitely something I choose and select, and this is a yes for me, or nope, I reject that. Neutral, doesn't mean anything, has nothing to do with me. So anything that we decide select, okay, that's something that is already in existence. And as soon as we decide or select something, if we just get out of the way, it'll materialize. We'll experience it. It must express itself. Okay. So we've discussed, we've studied, we've gone very deep into what constitutes our experience, and that is our identity. You could also call that state. You could also call that frequency. All of that is made up of our dominant thoughts, beliefs, assumptions, expectations, ways of being, habitual responses or reactions in a particular area and in all areas. Okay. And how we view ourselves mainly, and then how we view ourselves in relation to each area of life, how we view ourselves in relation to the world, how we view ourselves in relation to relationships, work, money, health, beauty, appearance, creativity, success, victory, family relations, our ability to manifest the experience we want easily, whether or not we have positive experiences or negative experience in a particular area, perceived positive or negative, because everything's neutral until we decide what it is for us. But and then how that what we expect and assume of the world around us, and those different facets of life. So that's your identity. That's your frequency. That's your broadcast. Okay. And that's the channel, that's the channel, like a radio dial. That's the channel you dominantly reside on. Okay. And so when we decide, when we think of something and we're like, yep, I want that. That's for me. That's it. That's my desire. That's my goal. That's the outcome that I'm looking to experience. It already exists. And so nothing is really quote unquote manifesting or creating, because it already exists. But what we want to happen is to then tune in and be tuned in and remain tuned in to the channel. You could call it the timeline. Okay. The parallel reality. You want to be locked into it consistently enough that it appears, that it's shown to you, it reveals itself, because it's there. It just has to reveal itself to you. See the unseen. So you got to lock in that it's done, it's yours, it's taken care of. The universal components, we're Ekamai, we're the creator of all creation. The generating, organizing, delivering, destroying forces are our disciples. We gave birth to that. We gave birth to those forces. And guess what? All we have to do is command, decide, lock in that this is done. I don't have to worry about it. And let our disciples, who only must hear our command, we are not questioned, and it executes and expresses all of that for us. So then why is there delay? Why is there lag? Why is there inconsistency? Why does it take so long for a new experience to really solidify and become the regular, usual, normal, dominant way that things are? Okay, so there's a lot of ways we think about the thing, and we must understand that your thought, it all starts with how we think, and it's how we think about it and how we feel about it. And if we are thinking in a way or behaving in a way, it's all about the implication. If we're speaking, thinking, behaving, reacting, responding in a way that is true of the old way of being, okay, an old identity, then we're just going to continue to loop the experience. If we're implying it's not here yet, if we're implying it's something we have to wait for, we're implying in some way that it's outside of us, it's separate, we're not good enough, we have to prove ourselves, well, those are the experiences we'll just keep having. So how do we stop that loop? How do we close those gaps? How do we really move from like, okay, no, I've decided how things are for me. I've decided I'm God. I'm the source of my entire reality, which is what I've been referring to as the identity of infinity, which is I'm the source. It all comes from me. It all reflects from me. So then the mechanics around that, how can I ensure that my broadcast, my projection, my aura, my electromagnetic field, my thoughts, my emotions, my identity, that everything stays aligned and is one clear projection, a clear idea, a clear intention, and there's no conflict, there's no obstruction, so that I know that I know that this is my signal. This is my main foundational broadcast. And so when we're like, well, I want, an increase in my business, and I want an increase in money that's from business and otherwise, random, unexpected money coming in. I want money to flow more easily. I want my relationships to deepen and expand and enhance. I want the physical vitality and the youthful beauty. And so, let's say, maybe you're in a position, you want your dream house, you want your dream thing, whatever it is, you're starting a new business. It's so many, it's a lot of different things. Maybe, and what you would say is like, okay, essentially, I just want to kind of like upgrade, like life is good. I'm grateful. I feel great about where I am. And I want a little bump up. I want to bump it up. I want to upgrade in every area of my life. I want to experience the upgrade, because when I think about my dream desired reality, all the things are in place. All the things are in place, and I'm at peace, and everything's in place. And it doesn't mean there's never conflict, and it doesn't mean there's never weird circumstances that arise, but you handle everything from the same place. So instead of like pretending like you're a billionaire when you're not a billionaire, you are the identity of yourself that is you as a billionaire. It's you right now. It has no bearing on anything shifting in the external world or materializing in the external world. You're like, no, me as a billionaire, me in this perfect marriage, me in perfect, my business is optimized and really successful. And, I have the best clients and the best work, and I'm creating, and I'm happy, and I'm healthy, and everything's, my body feels good, and I have energy, and, like all of those things, everything's optimized. So as that version of myself, how do I respond to minute things? How do I respond to little annoyances? How do I respond to like a big perceived problem that could arise where I don't automatically know a solution? So it's the who you're being, that identity that must become the dominant state. So instead of trying to be like, well, I want all these things. I want all these things to change. We lock in our baseline identity and our baseline frequency, which is why that's what we kicked off this year of content, of practice, of mastery with the identity of infinity, that whole series, which is incredible. And then, we went into the, how the identity of infinity relates to the physical body, and health and beauty and loving the body. And then how that identity relates when it comes to wealth and money and financial increase and shift and success. And now we're doing it and now we're doing it from a different sort of view of the physical body, and being that superconductor of the energy and getting that baseline frequency locked in, because again, that's your electromagnetic field. And so it's the thoughts and the emotions. The emotions charge the thoughts, and that has everything to do with the field around you and what you wind up experiencing. So what we don't do in here is look for problems or say that there are any problems or anything needs to be fixed, because you're perfect. You're absolute perfection right now. Period. End of that discussion. Okay. So we're never going at it from, I need to fix this. I need to heal this. What's wrong with me? Why is this never working? Because again, the implication of being on yourself like that, you are implying and reinforcing that you have something to fix, something to heal, something to change. There's something wrong with you. You're doing something wrong. You're not doing it right. You must be missing something. This never works. This never changes. Why does this keep happening? And all of that, that's the broadcast. That's the channel you're living on, no matter how many affirmations or mantra or anything like that. Okay. Your baseline frequency is basically doubt, missing something instead of I am whole and complete and I'm peace and my field and my baseline, like my baseline. Okay. And it kind of like adjusts within the same realm, but my baseline is there's only peace in my field. Okay, there's only peace in my field. That's a baseline. That's a deep-rooted baseline. There's only peace in my field. Okay, I'm steady, rooted, immovable, unwavering. There is only love, prosperity, beauty in my field. There's only love, prosperity, beauty in my world. Now, to say that, it almost feels controversial right now because even those who I view as awake, like awake to their highest consciousness and connected to their divinity, very much so, and are deep practitioners, I still hear and see the language of the world is crumbling. The world is, of all the evils of you must be angry and destroyed over the absolute like terror and horrors of the world. And I'm like, well, no, I'm actually not going to even entertain language like that. There is no language like that in my field because guess what? There is only love, beauty, prosperity, peace in my field, therefore in my world. And so guess what happens as a result of that? 95% of the shit that everybody talks about or that people talk about, I've never seen, I've never heard of. And it's not that I'm certainly not living in a cave. That's for fucking sure. Okay. I'm online. I have my algorithms up and up. Okay. I watch television shows. I don't really watch commercials, but like I'm so what, because I've created this baseline frequency of that, all of the things that show up in my field, the people, the topics, the reels, the posts, the things are dominantly things that reflect love, beauty, prosperity, peace in my field. Doesn't mean I don't see things, but sometimes when I see things, I find like it almost becomes like startling to me because it's so out of context to what I'm usually seeing, which is peace, prosperity, art, creativity, love, joy, happiness, humor, comment, like fun, people really enjoying their lives and being creative. So that's the majority of what I experience, but that's not always the majority of what I experience. I train my baseline. And then I use these practices that assist in this. So, how would you know if you're, and that's the thing to focus. If you wanted to focus on one thing, if it's like, you know what, I just really want to simplify like manifestation, living my desired life and reality and a life of my preferences, and the practices and things that I do, what would be the thing to easiest way to just kind of simplify and lock into that? Well, it would be like, let's just make sure that the identity and the frequency are in coherence, are clear, are operating from a singular projection. Okay. And so, as an example, I mean, you could just, again, if you just get with like, there's only like, if you want to use mine, but you can make it your own. There's only peace, love, prosperity, beauty, art, creativity, like prosperity in my field, period. That's it. Nothing else. That's a law, a rule, a law for my reality, which you are the only one that make the rules and the laws of your reality and how things go for you. Okay, so because of that, that is the only thing that can be in my field, because the internal is the cause and is always reflected in the 3D physical world, the external, period. That's it. That is how this experience works. Okay. So it's always inside out. Every experience you have is inside out. You're the source of everything. If somebody is being an asshole, okay, if some rando is an asshole to you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If somebody that's in your life, if you have a repeating experience of people being terrible to you, well, guess what? It's not your fault. You're not to blame, but you're the one that has to change. You must take your attention away from anything external that is not your desired experience. And you must turn it back inside if you actually really want to change it, and change it fast. Okay. So we're not looking for problems. We're not looking for discrepancies. We're not looking for the ways that our subconscious is holding on to an old belief pattern that's like keeping us locked into an old frequency loop. We're not looking for it. But we can say, okay, in my desired identity, my desired where everything's just going right. Everything's the way I want it to be. Everything's good. Everything's aligned with my desires. Like things are overflowing and moving and great. And what I would consider my perfect. Okay. It's perfect. Okay. Your perfect version of you. How do they behave? How do they respond? What are they assuming about people? How do they relate to, perceived stressful situation? So, from that perspective, if there's a way, a pattern, a habit, a way you think, a way you've been perceiving something that is misaligned with that. And so what do we do with that? Well, we don't have to try to erase the old patterns and beliefs. We have mantra. Okay. We have the Kundalini technology. We have the mantra. That's why in the Identity of Infinity series, we started off this year with a deep dive into the Mool mantra, because that gets to the root. That removes it from the root, gets it out, deletes the file, deletes the files. So we have a mantra practice, and they all delete the files. Okay. They all do it. All the mantras that we have in the Kundalini spectrum, the mantras and the shabads, okay, they are all designed. They all have the power that, one, puts your internal vibration frequency operating system into a clear, concise, precise signal that is of the highest. Okay. And simultaneously removes old, outdated, subconscious files that negate that very desire, that very way of being, the highest of the high, the linked to, 100, you're always linked to the divine. You're always divine, but you finite and you infinite operating as one. Okay. So we have that. And then we have our addiction meditation, which that also goes to the part of the brain where habits are formed, habitual ways of being, thinking are formed, and it totally disengages, it loosens up that whatever that energy is, whatever that is, it loosens it up so that it can just dissolve. So we're not worried about those conflicting things, but a sure sign that maybe your electromagnetic field, your aura, isn't as maximized, expanded, as strong and bright as you want it to be. Because we get thrown off all day long. The electromagnetic field is always moving, shifting, changing all day long. Okay. There's no, it is not just like a solid thing that's the same all the time. These are just like frequencies, waves. It's always like changing, dancing, like, you know what I'm saying? So you can have a very strong aura all the time. You can have a very solid, strong electromagnetic field all the time, but it's always moving and shifting. So a surefire thing, like you could look at it as a check engine light in a sense. The check engine light should be like if your day is like not going the way you want it to, if you're having or experiencing conflict in a particular thing or or all of a sudden you're very stressed, you're feeling reactive, you're feeling a little chaotic, you're feeling off balance, or aside from just the way you might be feeling, you're feeling that way because something going on out here is the thing that's pressing on you and having power over you. So anytime you're like, wait a minute, this thing is having power over me right now, like this person, this situation, this circumstance has got a hold on me and I don't like it. And I don't like what's happening. I don't like what I'm perceiving out here. Okay, that is your first signal. Oh, well, I can just totally shift my aura, my electromagnetic frequency right now. And when I and shift get back into my baseline, remind myself, get back. That's why it's easier to be like, this is my baseline. This is where I land. This is what I'm holding. This is the bottom line in all cases, no matter what. Let me just come back to that. And immediately, it's like you change the channel and now you're back on the station that you want to be on. And the solutions come. And the right person comes and the intensity of the thing goes away. The thing you thought was maybe so chaotic and you couldn't believe it, and oh no, all of a sudden it's not that big of a deal, or the problem itself lowered in intensity. Like what you thought could have been the worst thing, now, oh, it's actually just this, and that's more manageable. Okay. The person starts behaving in a completely different way. You did not take any action or interaction with those physical things. You went in within you changed the frequency, you reverted back to your baseline, you got the aura, the electromagnetic field expanded, and immediately everything changes around you. And that's a real fucking power move. I mean, that's real mastery. Okay. So setting aside for a moment, like getting what you want, which we want to get what we want. Okay. And we're designed and supposed to have what we want. Okay. We're just so used to manifesting so easily without even a second thought, automatically things we don't want versus things we do want. But it's just as easy and just as automatic in either direction. It's natural. Manifesting is natural. So it's all about what your broadcast signal is. That's it. And then if something comes up, an emotion, a reaction, an old way of being, you just casually, without chaos, without dragged out emotion, you can just address it. You can just call it out, point it out. Oh, I understand that I just reacted this way because of course it's an old loop. I was used to that before. That was a dominant experience. I guess I was really kind of assuming that, or I just had so much natural, normal experience where it went like that, that all of a sudden I was getting anxious, I was getting clenched up, and then I was kind of responding and reacting from that old identity. But I'm not even that I'm not even that version anymore. That's irrelevant now. I've already deleted that file. I'm just experiencing like the lagging ghost of that. And it's this way now, and this is my baseline, and this is how things go for me. And no big deal. There doesn't have to be drama about it. Okay. So everything we experience is a direct reflection of the thoughts and feelings, but that creates the electromagnetic field, the frequency, the broadcast. Okay, so that's why we want to have like beautiful, bright, expanded auras all the time. Okay. And the more consistent we have this like beautiful, wonderful aura, expanded electromagnetic field, what happens? Just like anything, just like anything you practice, it becomes the dominant, normal, natural state. And the way that you really change, completely change and shift your external experiences and get on that, tune into that timeline where everything is your preference, is having that unobstructed, clear, dominant signal consistently. Okay, so that you have to just, you get thrown off, you get back on. You get thrown off, you get back on. You get thrown off, you get back on, and then like you're on, you're on, you're on, you're on, you're on more consistently. It's a consistency frequency. And then like, oh, you get thrown off, you get right back on. And you start to get thrown off less and less. You're always going to get thrown off every day. That's part of the human experience. There's always going to be some fluctuations, but if the dominance always, again, that foundation, that baseline, then you're never that far away from from a reset, from a realignment. Okay. Again, it gets to the point where where at one point, to get out of that, to get out of a loop, you maybe would last in a loop for months, years. People last lifetimes in a loop of suffering. Okay. And then we started practicing Kundalini Yoga in here, and like the loops, the staying of it was, got less and less. The comeback rate. Okay. It's the comeback rate, which is the shit hits the fan and you get taken down and thrown around by that thing. And you're like, whoa. But now it's like, oh, you realize it while it's happening, and like within like a very short period of time, you're just like right. Even though if you still feel annoyed about something, you've still gotten yourself back on the right frequency, because you know what's what, it's true, it's the Satnam, your baseline identity. And from there, because it's not about being perfect and it's not about being positive, it's about just noticing, addressing, and reclaiming yourself. and reclaiming your stability, your sanity, your identity of infinity, your perfection. You know the solution comes. You know the resources come. You know everything that you need shows up. And you know that no matter what, it's always victory only. And so again, that's another just you broadcast victory. Like that's the no matter what, I always win. No matter what it looks like, everything is always moving in my favor. That's the victory broadcast. That's the victory mentality. Okay. And so if you lock into those basic things as your home foundation, then you can always come back there and everything reflects that. So of course, if it's always vitality, peace, prosperity, love, abundance, creativity, and beauty in your field and victory only in your field, then all of the things that you want, of course, everything has to reflect back those things to you. So they're going to be the things you want. So you don't have to focus so much on the things you want as like a list of things. It's just a more of a general way to look at it to simplify it. If you want that, you just want to like operate from an upgraded space. Move, literally move your physical reality and hop into that preferred timeline. Okay. All right. So what are some things we can do? So we're going to, let's see. Yogi Bhajan says so much about the electromagnetic. There's so much about the electromagnetic field, but one of the things he says, you are a psyche and all environmental psyches are around you. You must understand you're working in a huge magnetic field and you're moving at the rate of over 2,000 some hundred miles per hour. He said there's some certain amount, but you're totally stationary. So even when you're totally stationary, you're moving at that rate. So your electromagnetic field is always moving at that rate. It's these waves of vibration of frequency. It's a physical thing. How the horizon affects you're a magnetic psyche. This pranic energy is nothing but a magneto-electric field. This whole universe is just by coexistence of a working magnetic electromagnetic field. It's no big difference. And every magnetic field in the electromagnetic field frequency has its own frequency, own rhythm, its own axle, its own orbit. And so when all of that is in harmony, then you can only experience harmony. And if something comes up that feels out of harmony, you go within instead of trying to do something about it first out here. You go within, you realign with your harmony. Don't worry about that thing. Trust and know that everything harmonizes itself. And so harmonizing itself means it just changes on its own and you do nothing, or you then know exactly what needs to be done. And it's like no big deal, or the thing just comes up without you having to think about it, force it, push it, chase it. Okay. So you do have to have your feelings, your emotions, and your thoughts. You want everything to be in alignment with your desired life. So if you want, that's what I say all the time. If you want to be a billionaire, and I use this as an example because it's just like out there in the world a lot. But if you want to be a billionaire, if that's really something that you desire, but all you do is talk shit about billionaires, you're not going to be a billionaire. That's a major conflict of identity. Okay. If you think successful people are bad, okay, but all you want is to be successful. But if you think that it takes only people that lie and cheat and steal are the most successful people, um, then that's a big conflict. That's a big conflicting assumption and expectation. You're never going to be successful. You're never going to experience success to the degree because your internal framework is all the fuck over the place. So don't go looking for it, but you know if there's something you want to be experiencing, and if there's a very obvious conflicting idea, thought form, perspective, ingrained, societal imprint that isn't yours and that isn't aligned. Okay. So let's tune in, and then we'll talk about a couple aura fixers, and then we're going to do a Kriya meditation. We're going to energize the aura and the electromagnetic field. Okay. And where even though I wear black all the time, and I love black, and to me, because I make the laws and the rules of my reality, my aura and electromagnetic field is just as beautiful, just as bright, just as expanded when I wear black. Okay. But we also know that the color of white, because there are frequencies, vibrations of color, wearing white is an aura fixer. So if you're ever feeling heavy, like there's emotional static in your field, one of those aura fixers is just to wear all white for even just like like if you're going through something, sometimes just wearing white for a few days while the thing is going on is a very simple technique, to brighten your aura. Okay. Especially if you don't already operate on, it doesn't matter what the fuck color I wear. Like my aura is always bright no matter what, which is me and my wearing all black. But sometimes it does feel good to wear all white, you know? It's a thing where it's like, try it. And that's why in the Kundalini technology, that's why people wear white. It's not some weird culty religious thing. It's literally a scientific technology that wearing white expands and increases the power of your aura. Pure. That's the reason. That's it. That's all there is. That's it. It's just a technology. It's just to increase your vibration, your frequency, your electromagnetic fields, to brighten your aura. Okay. Let's tune in. Bring the palms together. Sit up tall, chin and chest out. Just tuning in will totally change your electromagnetic field and aura. This is another aura fixer, okay? Electromagnetic field fixer, physical reality fixer, vibe fixer, situation, circumstance fixer, mood fixer. Tuning in, okay? Sit up tall, chin and chest out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Guru Dev Namo Om Guru Dev Namo. Inhale deeply, hold the breath, pull the root lock, rectum, sex organs, navel, press the tongue to the roof of the mouth, bring the energy, the light all the way up the spine, through the crown, out into infinity. See your electromagnetic field bright and expanded. Exhale. Adgurename, Jugadgurename, Satgurename, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgurename, Jugadgurename, Satgurename, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgurename, Jugadgurename, Satgurename, Sri Gurudeve Name. And exhale. So that, I mean, the tuning in, it's linking you with your infinity. Okay, so that's a recalibration of what's true, a foundational frequency, a choice, okay, to be linked to the highest of the high, absolute infinity, source, you and your infinity. So there's just no more powerful way to just totally link back in and get back into your like broadcast. Like that's why, like, wouldn't I want to just be broadcasting that I'm totally linked to the infinite, to my highest, most perfection, expansive, like infinite consciousness, divine universe, cosmic force, like, at all times. So it's like anytime you feel off, to just tune in, and even also just then that protective shield around the body, around the aura, to solidify that, so that, you know, only love, peace, harmony, prosperity, beauty, creativity can even exist in my field. Okay. The energetics of that, whereas like nothing that doesn't belong and isn't aligned with that can even penetrate. Okay. So if something penetrates, hmm, is there a leak somewhere that I can address within me? Okay. So this little aura fixer. So another, other than just wearing white, a cold shower is really good. And we talk about hydrotherapy in here all the time. Very different from a cold plunge, which I don't recommend cold plunges for women personally. I just don't think that women are meant for cold plunges. One of the things Yogi Bhajan spoke about a lot is to cover the thighs. Okay. Now, when I do cold showers, I don't cover the thighs, but what I do is I dry brush the body first. Okay. Dry brush the entire body, which of course we know is like incredible for circulation, for lymphatic movement, drainage. And then taking, like almond oil is I would say the is recommended as the best for this, and just massage the whole body with the almond oil and then get into the cold shower, so you've created that barrier. And if you're, and just try not to have so much direct cold water onto the thighs. But and then also women, if you're on your cycle or pregnant, we're not doing the cold showers. So, that is an immediate or a fixer or a cleanser. Okay, so now let's do this next one. So arms come straight out to the sides, parallel to the ground, fingers spread out as wide as possible. Okay, arms are straight. And make small circles up, back, down, forward. So small circles, small circles. And begin the breath of fire. Eyes closed up and in, sit up tall, chin and chest out. Even inhale, exhale through the nose. Mentally sat on the inhale, nam on the exhale. So there's just clearing that electromagnetic field, putting the energy, within the hands. We have the entire cosmos. We have all of the elements, the tattvas, which rules our emotional landscape. So stretching out the fingers like that, you're really activating all of that, all of those forces, all of those elements within you, harmonizing, balancing, powering it up. No bend in the elbows. And now inhale, bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Hold it. And exhale. And now just tune in to how you feel. Just breathe, notice any change. Okay, so and take an inhale. And so that's something you can just do on its own. So you can do that for 2 to 3 minutes. We just did 2 minutes, and you can already just feel how quickly that just makes a difference. Okay, so that's an aura fixer. And I think that's good on the aura fixers for now. But this is what I'm referring to as the Auramaxxing Kriya, which we practice, or meditation, we practice the ego eradicator all the time. But I want us to really grok how profoundly powerful it is. And you could do it for just 1 minute. Okay, we do it for 3, up to 3, maximum 3 at a time. But this not only cleanses, clears, and the electromagnetic field puts everything online, but it really expands the power of the aura and the electromagnetic field as well. But it clears the mind, it clears your energy. So anytime you feel like you need a shift, this is probably like the most potent thing you can do. And even when you don't need a shift, it's a very powerful thing to just do every day. Okay, I some days I do it like three to 5 times a day. I might do it. Sometimes I just do it once a day. Sometimes I miss a day. You know what I'm saying? But it's really a staple. And if you want to have a clear, purified, expanded, and bright aura for something that you're going into. That could be you're teaching a class, you're leading a call, you have a sales presentation, you're hopping on somebody's podcast episode as a guest, you have a big meeting, you have a something, you're going on a date, there's a big conversation you have to have, or you just you're going to work on something creative, or you have tasks to do. Name anything, you know what I mean? You're going to go out into the world, whatever it is. Do some ego eradicator. So we're sitting in easy pose, fingertips press into the nouns. Okay, again, we are activating energies, we're activating facets of the mind, of the brain, of the neurology, okay, of the pattern behaviors. Thumbs are out, arms are 60 degrees. This is a geometric angle of electromagnetic expansion and the electromagnetic field, the 60 degrees. And so from here, no bend in the elbows, close the eyes up and in, sit up tall, breath of fire. And this stretch, you want to be stretched from the base of the spine into the hands, and you should not feel any stress, strain, or pulling in the shoulders. All of the stretch is coming from the spine. And again, it's a rhythmic, even inhale, exhale through the nose. Eyes are closed up and in focused at the third eye. We're mentally chanting Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. And if you're pregnant or on your cycle first few days, you just do long, deep breath instead. And it's also pristinely powerful. And now inhale, slowly bring the thumb tips together to touch and stretch the rest of the fingers up so that the palms are flat. And very slowly then sweep, bring the arms down, sweep the aura with the palms, collecting any darkness, any negativity, any sickness, any holes, any debris. And then just release it into the earth. cleaning, energizing the aura, feeling light around you. And just breathe and meditate into that light, expanding it in every direction. And inhale and exhale. So truly, if you're just like, I want to be Auramaxxing, because being Auramaxxed is like, and again, the way reality works, we're not bringing things in from outside. We're locking into such a broadcast where all of the opportunities, the right people, the money, the things that we can perceive as magnetized, like a magnet for everything that we desire, just comes to us. It's really more that we're the electromagnetic field is like so on, so bright, so magnetic that we are linked and locked into the correct, proper frequency channel where all of those things that we could want that support what we want are just already there. Okay, so the ego eradicator for the Auramaxxing is like just really the number one. And we're going to be, going into a little more of a practice in August, because we have some fun. I have some fun ideas about the things that we're going to do in August, and especially during eclipse season, which I'm just going to say right now, do not even entertain one singular thought form or idea about eclipse season and chaos and undesirable and destruction and destroyed, and be cautious and be weary and watch out. It's what a fucking blessing. It's the most, what an amplified energetic time to truly like shift your whole entire life and reality in the most positive and incredible ways. So like it's during a very powerful, positive time. So just if you hear any negativity language or fear language around eclipse season, just disassociate from that and just say, nope, that has nothing to do with me. Okay. Come sitting on the heels in rock pose. Yeah, we're going to do a little challenge. We're going to do a little chakra meditation series. We're going to do, we'll have a little self-hypnosis of sorts. We're going to do something fun, too, to kind of kick off that energy on 8/8, a mantra recitation session, which I'm putting together right now, to lead us into that period of time, too. This period from that 8/8, but into the Hebrew calendar High Holy Days in September, which is like, I would say, one of the most potent and powerful times of the year, that 8/8 through that high holidays portal is just like this real beautiful opportunity for total powerful positive shift. Okay. So we're in rock pose. Grasp the opposite arms right below the shoulders. We're sitting up tall. And inhale as you bend to the left. Exhale as you bend to the right. Okay, inhale left, exhale right. Keep the spine in perfect alignment without twisting or bending forward. So you're just going from the side to the side. Just breathe deeply, eyes closed. And the Chakravarti is so powerful because this sound current, you could just listen to it and it works like, my perception of it is it works like a magnet, and it will literally go your entire system and draw out any fear, heartbreak, toxic thinking, sadness, and put you in complete victory. Now come to the center, deeply inhale, hold it. And exhale. And come sitting in easy pose and just meditate in the center of the head at the pineal gland. So you're just inhaling. So just like lock into the pineal gland, which is like back in here in the center of the brain. And I mean, it's like, it's made up of like beautiful crystals. So just picture that, lock into it, just breathe normally. Just stay focused on the pineal gland.
Chakra Chakravarti, Chakra Chakra Bhumate, Suyamba Subham Sarvada Sarva Jugate, Jukalam Ramasi, Vyalam Sarupe, Sadanga Sangye Abhangam Vibhute, Chakra Chakravarti, Chakra
Now inhale. Exhale. Come lying on the back. Hands at the sides. You're going to inhale. Raise the feet 1 foot above the ground. Hold. Pull the locks, the root lock, rectum, sex organs, navel. Just hold. Now exhale, relax the feet down. And now inhale, raise the feet again. Exhale, hold the breath out, pull the root lock, pull the rectum, sex organs, navel. Hold with the breath held out. If you are pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, do not hold the breath out. You can just long, deep breath here. And now inhale, exhale, relax. Okay, come into the frog pose. Okay, come into the frog pose. Squatting on the toes. Heels are up off the ground. Okay, heels are glued together, toes are on the ground, fingertips on the floor. And the way we're going to do it, we're squatting onto the balls of the feet, heels are raised, heels stay off the ground the whole time. Fingertips on the floor in front, back straight, head up. You're going to take 10 to 15 seconds to inhale and straighten the knees and drop the head down. So normally we do it like a quick. This is a slow. We're mentally focused. We're concentrating on each vertebra, starting at the base of the spine and going all the way up until where, the legs are straight, the head is down, and now we've gone to that top part of the vertebra. Okay. And then we come squat back down on the exhale. Okay. So just slowly. Okay. And we're doing it we're not counting. So just breathing deeply as we slowly inhale, straightening the legs, focusing on each vertebra from the base all the way to the top. And then exhaling back down. Okay, again, heels stay glued together and up off the ground the entire time, and we're only on the fingertips. just light up every part of the spine as you breathe and move through the posture. And finish up your last one and come sitting in easy pose. Okay. So the right hand's going to be in the Gyan Mudra, the index finger and thumb tips touching, resting on the right knee. You're going to place the thumb of the left hand right onto the third eye. Okay, the sixth chakra, the ajna, the pituitary, the master gland. The fingers pointing up and out slightly. Okay. My angle's a little weird because I have long nails. It always comes up, you know, where I'm like stabbing myself with a nail. Okay. Now, in the posture, close the eyes and concentrate on each fingertip, feeling their location in your aura. So like the aura is going to be, again, this field, your aura, okay? So you're feeling the fingertip, the energy coming from the fingertips and how that's going into the auric field. So you're concentrating on each fingertip, feeling their location in the aura, build energy around and through them. Once you have the location of each fingertip firmly fixed in your mind, then bring that left hand to rest on the left knee and also Gyan Mudra. So you're concentrating on the points in your aura and you're feeding them energy. And then draw the points in through your third eye. Feel light, bright, and energized. So once you have the energetics, the visual locked in, so it's like all of this power, this frequency, this power, this light from the fingertips, and now in the electromagnetic field, drawing in through the third eye, have the picture of it, then you let the hand go once you have the visual locked in, and then you are just breathing, and you're just seeing, visualizing, feeling that energetic draw into the third eye in the electromagnetic field. Drawing it into the third eye. Feel light, bright, and energized. And inhale and exhale. So that little set, which began at this posture, this set balances life force energy, the prana, and eliminating cleansing energy, the apana, allowing the Kundalini energy to be raised. It focuses the mind and clears the aura, and experience this auric energy surrounding your physical body. Feel that it's part of you. Allow it to amplify and expand so that you feel connected with universal energy. Okay, so it's a great little aura set, and it's subtle. Like, that's not a hard set. we've d- we've done, we've done a way more complicated and physically demanding, but it's like Sunday. We have like a light, very powerful, profound, nice practice. Okay, now we're going to do this meditation on ecstasy, which, again, you can just decide that your baseline frequency is ecstasy. That could be like one of your foundational things, which is certainly one of mine. You are the ecstasy. But again, anytime whatever your internal environment is going to be expressed and reflected in your external environment. And if it's something that you want to, you can change it in a moment, but you can just be like, no, I am only operating on ecstasy right now. Like, I'm ecstasy and that's it. I'm ecstasy. My field is ecstasy. Okay. I meditate on ecstasy, and that I am ecstasy and everything is ecstasy and my world is ecstasy, and that's the only thing that can be in my field. And you remain in the consistency. And again, reminder, doesn't mean you don't fall off or fluctuate, but you habitually, or you become, like, it just becomes this innate thing where you just catch it right away, and for a while, maybe it is a kind of practice to put yourself back, but it becomes so natural to just be like, oh, whoops, like bloop, like a blooper, like a life blooper occurs, and you just get thrown off, and you just put yourself right back. And so you're never ruining anything. You're never putting yourself at a disadvantage. You're not, lengthening a time for you to manifest something by it. That's actually the master key of staying in a dominant frequency for an extended period of time with consistency enough to change matter around you, is just you don't allow the blips, the bloopers, the off to dictate anything. They don't mean anything. You could feel however you feel. You could feel totally chaotic, but you've noticed it, you've addressed it, that's not who you are, it's irrelevant to your now and moving forward. You reject more of it, and you put yourself back in alignment. And that's really the trick, is just the putting yourself back and not allowing those fluctuations to rule over you, to dictate anything, and to hold you in the old pattern. It's all trickery. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nope, you're an old little trick that I know because I'm accustomed to it, because that's how maybe I responded and reacted for so much of my life. This is the way something was. So maybe for a little bit, it takes, you have to work the muscle, you have to build the muscle, but then it just becomes automatic. And it really truly, with the Kundalini practices that we do consistently and just adding these things into your daily life when you need um, to just readjust yourself or adjust yourself or put yourself in a vibration that you want to be in, um, then it's the biophysical command. It's just the natural, like, nope, that's just you don't relate to it. Nothing can nothing's trying to pull you back in. And you just notice it right away and you adjust. And that is the secret technique. Okay. All right. I love this. I love this meditation. Okay, this is an 11-minute meditation. We're going to do it 11 minutes, the full 11. Sit in easy pose, hands in Gyan Mudra. So we have the index finger, thumb tips touching, rest the fingers out. Just put them on the knees, elbows straight, elbows straight. That's a direction. Eyes are closed and you're sitting straight as a king or queen. Okay. Straight as a king. And we're going to chant Wahe Guru. So I'm just going to give us the comments and then we're just going to go into it. Ecstasy exists within at all times, independent of the whim of circumstances and personality. It is the infinite pool to refresh the heart, giving strength to creating a better self and world. This meditation leads to that experience. The mantra is a triple sound. In stage 1, the mind enjoys the rhythm, but daily thoughts continue to enter and you don't wish to put all your energy into ecstasy. In stage 2, the self-conscious mind will let you feel yourself and the usual disturbing thoughts slip away. In stage 3, you want to get rid of self-consciousness and unconsciously immerse yourself in ecstasy. So calm, so sleepy, like the merging of a raindrop into a vast, calm, beautiful lake. You reflect all, cleanse all. If you can cross all, you can know the extent of living in yourself with balanced consciousness, playing with the infinite. Okay, so we're just going to be chanting Wahe Guru. We're using one of my favorite little tracks. Okay, so sit up tall, straight as a king, keep the elbows straight, and we're just going to get into it. Inhale, hold the breath, pull the root lock, press the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and just magnify, expand, brighten your electromagnetic field. Expand it boundless in every direction. Totally pure light, ecstasy, infinity. And exhale, inhale again, hold, and just see yourself as the brightest, most beautiful, magnificent, brilliant light. Exhale one more time. Inhale, hold it, and just brighten and elevate and lighten. And exhale. Okay. Doesn't that feel so good? Okay. Bring the palms together. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Satnam. Okay, Satnam. I love you. I trust and know that you will have the most magnificent day. Love you.